Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. We went through tonight's Minnesota versus Golden State game and I wanted to look at some of the three-pointers that were made because there were quite a few. So I thought it was cool to juxtapose how a guy like Kevin Love gets his threes compared to someone like a point guard like Steph Curry, and then Draymond Green as a role player spotting up gets his. So here's how they got them, here's the actions they run, and how they differ. With Minnesota, when Love sets the sideline screen and roll, he's going to pop out to the three-point line. With no help to rotate and very few power forwards can get close enough to bother this shot. Transition defense is crucial because Love will trail to the top of the key, and if you fall asleep like Lee does, Rubio will find him. And in a scramble situation like this, David Lee has to react much quicker than this to find his man, or else he gets another wide open trail three-pointer. Love makes a huge mistake by going underneath this screen, and when Rubio allows Curry to use the ball screen at the wing, there's no one to contest this shot. In semi-transition, there's really nothing Love can do but hope to get a hand up since Curry is so good getting by the big man off the dribble. My favorite action is the pinch post, and nobody makes step-back threes from the pinch post like him. If Love was in the triangle, he'd get this all the time. Transition defense against the Warriors has to be spot on, with perfect communication. This doesn't happen here as Rubio decides to pick up Green for some reason, but Brewer doesn't understand he should find Curry, which means Love is the one guy nearest Curry to pick him up, and he's much too slow. Splash. In semi-transition, you can see Rubio already concerned his big man isn't in position. Jang does a decent job to contain, but Rubio tries to go under him, runs into him instead, and Curry gets the sliver of daylight he needs. I have a problem with these isolations in the post. I think they should get a ball reversal before feeding it. As a result, this gets stagnant pretty quick, but Draymond has been getting more and more confident, and this is an impressive ISO off the dribble pull-up. On this weak side fill, if you let Curry use the screen, Green's man has to bump the roll man, and there is no hope for him to get back in time to properly contest. On this simple out-of-bounds play, Rubio must chase on the high side of the screen. It's a huge mistake to try to go underneath as Green picks him off, and Curry gets a wide open look. The Warriors are smart to get Curry a ton of ball screens out high. This time a double ball screen. Love is in a bad position to defend the three, but doesn't want to get beat off the dribble. It's a tough spot, and Curry just nails it. The Warriors run pick and roll with two on the left side and Green in the right corner. They go towards the left, leaving Green's man to help on Lee as he rolls. With this lineup, it's Love who's supposed to close out on Green, and he'll never make it. All they can do is hope that Green misses. The Wolves run a high post split, and the weak side action is a back screen for Kevin Martin. Lee buys it, stopping in his tracks to help, but Love slips the screen, gets right out on top for the wide open catch and shoot. And in the end, Brewer's effort is pretty poor as he lets Curry get away ahead of him, then gives him a few feet of room to pull up and ice this game. So there you have it, sports fans. Some real cool stuff here, how you can generate open three-point shots. A lot of times when you go away from the guy in the corner, his man has to help out, and that's a real surefire recipe to get an open three. Very hard to defend. And when Draymond Green is making those, he becomes the fourth guy out there that can really nail jumpers. It's a real difficult proposition, and if they can continue to play defense well, then the Warriors are going to be someone who can make some noise in the playoffs, but their shot selection is going to have to improve. As far as Minnesota, it remains to be seen if they're going to get on track and win a lot of those close games they were losing, because they did have a good net rating, yet didn't win the 50 games you would have expected because they kept faltering down the stretch. And that might mean that Kevin Love leaves. So we'll see how that situation holds up, and lots more coming up. The playoffs are starting really soon. Can't wait for that. So don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all those things. And at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?